today we are going to discuss some natural phenomena like lightning and earthquakes. So in this we are going to discuss how lightning happens or how the thunderstorm happens, and we discuss about earthquakes. What is the reason for the earthquakes and how can we protect us from these disasters? So this is the topic. Let's go into the topic today. Before we discuss what is lightning, so we need to understand the concept of static charge or static electricity. You might have seen when you rub your plastic comb on your dry hair, that plastic comb will attract smaller objects like pieces of paper. What is the reason for that? So to understand this, we have to do few more experiments. So in that, the first one is you have to take an inflated balloon and so rub this inflated balloon with a woolen cloth and hang that balloon from a support, and take another balloon and rub this balloon also with that woolen cloth, and then try to bring this balloon near the first balloon. There you will see there will be repulsion between these two balloons, and this balloon moves away from the second balloon. Let us see another example. So when you take two refills and take the first one and rub this refill with the woolen cloth and keep it inside a tumbler, and then take a second refill and then rub this refill also with a woolen cloth, and then try to keep this or try to bring this refill near the first one. So here also there will be a repulsion between these two refills, and this refill will move away from the second refill. The reason for this is when you rub this rubber balloon with a woolen cloth, there will be a charge generated on this balloon. So the same thing we have done with the second balloon also. So the same charge is generated on both the balloons. So because like charges repel each other, these two are having like charges and they will repel each other. The same thing happens in case of refills also. So same kind of charge is generated on both the refills, and that's why they repel each other. And the charge which is generated on the objects like this, it does not move, it is static. So when that static electricity or static charge moves, it contributes electric current. And we can charge an object or a body using another charged body or charged object. Let us take two objects A and B. Say A is not charged and B is a charged object. So now let us say B has a positive charge. Now if you bring this object B near the object A and make sure there is no contact between those two objects, then the object A automatically generates an opposite charge on it and it will be attracted towards the object B. So without touching the objects, we can develop an opposite charge. Then let us take the same objects where object A is not charged and object B is positively charged. This time, by making a contact between those two objects A and B, then what happens? So the charge on B that will be transferred onto A. That means object A also will acquire the same charge. So this is called transfer of charge. So in this case, what happens? Charge transfers from object B to object A. So in this way, we can charge a body with another charged body. And we can use electroscope to find or to test whether an object is charged or not charged. So the arrangement of electroscope will be like this. So device will be like this. So if you want to know an object A, whether it is charged or not, so what are you going to do over here? You are going to bring this object and make contact with this end of the electroscope. So when you bring this near this, when you bring this object A and touch this end of this electroscope, in case if this is charged, it can be positive or negative charge, then what happens? So in this there will be two aluminum foils, two pieces of aluminum foil. So if this is charged, then what happens? So that charge will be transferred through this metallic strip to these aluminum foils. Then both of them will get the same charge, hence they will repel each other and they will move away from each other. So by observing that, we can say whether this body is charged. If there is no such observation over here, we can say that object A is not charged. If there is repulsion between these two foils, then it is a charged body. If there is no movement in the aluminum foils, then this object is not charged. So earlier, instead of these aluminum foils, gold was used. So nowadays we are using aluminum foils. And the charge which is generated on an object by rubbing with another object, the charge is static, means it does not move. When it moves, it contributes electric current. For example, if you take a refill which is charged, and if you touch this refill with your hands, what happens? That refill will be discharged. So how the refill gets discharged? When we hold this refill, the charge on the refill that will be transferred to the earth through us. So that process is called earthing. That process is called earthing. So earthing of electrical appliances is done to protect us from any electric shock which can be caused by any leakage in the electrical appliances. Now I think you understood what is static electricity or static charge and how it is produced. So when you rub an object with another object, there will be a charge generated on both the objects. If you rub a glass rod with a silk cloth, then the glass rod gets a positive charge, whereas the silk cloth gets a negative charge. So this is how static electricity is generated, or static charge is generated. Okay, so now we discuss about lightning. So lightning is related to electric charge or static charge. So we know that the lightning happens between the clouds. When there is a vigorous movement of clouds in the air, there will be charge separation in the clouds. When charge separation takes place, all the negative charges will be accumulated at the lower edge of the cloud. At the same time, all the positive charges will be accumulated at the upper edge of the cloud. The same thing happens with all the clouds, means the negative charge will be accumulated at the lower edge and the positive charge will be accumulated at the upper edge. So now on the ground also there will be positive charge. So the objects on the ground like trees, poles, they all will have positive charge. So now when the amount or the quantity of the charge increases on the clouds, the air, which is a not conductor of electric current, it also cannot resist the flow of charges through it. So that's why what happens, the negative charges will flow to the earth's surface. When the negative charges come in contact with the positive charges, then there will be streaks which is producing sound and bright light. Similarly, the same thing can happen between the clouds. So here also we can see streaks with bright lights and producing sound, and this can happen between a cloud and the objects on the earth. So this is the reason for lightning or thunderstorm. So during thunderstorm, you have to avoid contact with metal pipes or poles, or taking shelter under trees, and contact with the telephone cords, etc. Carrying an umbrella during a thunderstorm is not at all a good idea. To protect the buildings from lightning, we can use light conductors, which is nothing but a metal rod which is slightly taller than the building. So here one end of the rod will be kept open to the air and the other end is buried in the ground. So the next one is earthquakes. So earthquakes is nothing but shaking or trembling of earth which is lasting for a short time. So this earthquakes is due to the disturbance in the earth's crust, and this disturbance is due to the motion or movements of earth plates. So when earth plates are moving, so they may collide with each other. The boundaries of earth plates are called weak zones, and these weak zones are also called seismic zone or fault zones. So in these areas, the earthquakes are more likely to happen, and the power of the earthquake can be recorded on Richter scale, and this Richter scale is not linear, and seismograph is used to record the waves produced by the earthquake. So when the earthquake happens, if you are at home, it is better to take a shelter under a table, and if you are outside the home, you have to find a clear spot which is away from the buildings, trees, or overhead electric lines. This is the topic, some natural phenomena. In this we learned about lightning and earthquakes.